NotebookLM can now turn sources like YouTube videos, articles, PDFs, and websites into AI-generated short-form videos. So in this video, I'm going to test if this new feature can make the kind of short-form videos that businesses and content creators would actually want to post. Instead of giving NotebookLM one random source and calling it a day, I'm going to test 5 actual use cases where a business or creator might want to create short-form videos. My name is Christian, and on this channel I break down new tools, agents, and automation platforms so beginners can understand what matters without wasting hours testing everything themselves. If that sounds useful, subscribe to the channel. Let's lock in for the next few minutes and I'll test whether NotebookLM's AI video generator can actually create short-form videos that businesses and creators would want to post. And the first content type is probably the most obvious: repurposing. Repurposing is one of the simplest content strategies because you are not starting from zero. You are taking something that you already made, like a YouTube video, a podcast, a blog post, a newsletter, and then turning it into smaller pieces of content for other platforms. That matters because most creators and businesses already have useful information sitting somewhere. The problem is that turning it into short-form content takes a lot of time. Now, it might not take a lot of time. It might be as easy as uploading previous content and hitting a button, but we're actually going to see if these short-form videos are actually postable. I'm going to take one of my YouTube videos, give it to NotebookLM, and see if it can turn that long-form content into a short-form video that I would actually consider posting. Okay, so here we are inside of NotebookLM. I'm just going to start a new project. The first thing that we're going to give NotebookLM is one of my actual videos, and we're just going to go with the default settings and see what the short form video it comes up with. So let me go grab my video real quick. So let's go with this one: how small businesses should actually use AI. I'm going to go and copy the link and I'm just going to paste it right in here. I'm going to go to websites. Here is where you can upload different websites and YouTube videos, as you can see. So let's paste that in, insert that, and let's let it load up here. That was really quick. As you can see, it already has identified a summary of this YouTube video. It's about how small businesses should be using AI by custom internal software. And in order to create the AI video, we have this little promotional banner here, but the real way to get to it is go to video overview, go into short. I'm using the free version right now. There's another format that you can choose from if you have the paid version. That is the cinematic format. We're just going to be testing these short form videos since this is the new feature here, but we're just going to go with the default selection. It automatically has the custom software as the selected format, but you can actually go and choose one of these recommended topics that the short form video should focus on, or you can create your own custom topic that you input yourself with the prompt. So let's go ahead and press generate. We're just going with the default settings, and that default setting is the first selected topic that it has selected by default. So that took 5 to 10 minutes. We got a 1:10 long short form video. Let's go ahead and check this baby out.
Generic software forces small businesses to abandon their unique workflows just to fit rigid templates. Take a local contractor whose specific way of handling lead photos and timelines simply doesn't fit standard CRM software. Forcing that multi-step inquiry process into an off-the-shelf system requires tedious manual data entry and scattered spreadsheets. But instead of buying generic software, you can use an AI coding agent like Codex to generate a bespoke application from scratch. By giving it plain English instructions, the AI instantly constructs a single-purpose workflow dashboard designed specifically for that exact photo and timeline sorting process. And because this custom software is an evolving system rather than a fixed product, you can iteratively add new automated features, like drafting responses, the exact moment your workflow requires it. So what happens to that contractor's highly specific multi-step inquiry process from earlier? It now runs on a bespoke dashboard that perfectly maps to their exact workflow, eliminating manual workarounds entirely.
So I thought that was solid. One thing that I really liked is that it used my actual example of the contractor inside of that short form video. I thought that was pretty cool. The visuals were decent. They were not great, but I would say I'm still pretty impressed with the outcome. I thought that the hook was pretty poor. If I were to post this on my YouTube account, it would probably get 5 views. I am not going to post this. The visuals and the stuff floating around, I thought it was pretty cool, but it is pretty hard to explain an AI system being coded mixed with the actual system that a current contractor has. So definitely a tough thing to be visualized anyways, but no, I would not post this on my account. On to the next one. For the next use case, I want to test something that is useful for creators, educators, consultants, and a lot of businesses. Turning research into short form thought leadership content. Because a lot of brands want to talk about studies, reports, trends, or industry research. This could be a scientific study, a market report, a technical article, or even a long industry analysis. For this test, I'm going to give it 3 closely related scientific articles about AI-generated educational videos, which is pretty interesting because I'm using an AI video generator to explain research about AI-generated videos. Let's see if NotebookLM can take these sources, connect the main ideas, and turn them into a clean video that a business would actually want to post. So I'm going to go ahead and upload each of these sources one by one in here. And I have uploaded them, and just like that, it already has a summary of all 3 of those sources. These research papers explore the efficacy and development of AI-generated synthetic videos as tools for modern education. So let's go up to the video overview, short. Let's see what the recommended videos are, video efficacy. We're gonna go with video efficacy. Let's go with that, generate it. So the video has officially been created. This kind of took a while, and let's see what the outcome is. We got 1 minute and 3 seconds. Press play.
Could an AI avatar teach you just as effectively as a real living instructor? Traditional educational videos require expensive studios, cameras, and human talent to produce at scale. So researchers ran an experiment on 2 completely separate groups of adult learners. Group A watched a human instructor, while Group B watched a synthetic AI avatar. To keep things completely fair, both presenters delivered the exact same text-based script. You might naturally assume the AI's artificial appearance would distract the learners and ultimately hurt their test scores, but the empirical results proved the exact opposite. Both groups demonstrated massive, statistically identical improvements in recall, and this equivalence extended to their personal feedback. Both groups reported the exact same level of learning satisfaction. The data proved that lacking genuine human nuance didn't break the learning process at all. So both groups mastered the complex material equally well, regardless of who actually taught the lesson.
So honestly, that was pretty impressive. I think it was very clean in how it showcased that study. It's not the result that I was expecting. I did select the default setting for how this video was going to be created and the specific topic it was going to be about. But as you can see, the topic was, can AI avatars actually teach you? I thought it was going to be about learning through short form videos, but this was a result of me not really defining what I wanted the video to be about. So based on the fact that this was the prompt or the topic, I am pretty satisfied with the outcome of the video. It was a very clean way to demonstrate what actually happened inside the study. I think this is a great piece of content. Hook was okay. Overall, pretty good. I would definitely post this video. For the next use case, I want to test something that is especially useful for creators and brands that cover fast-moving industries. Turning a news release or industry update into a short-form video. Because if you're creating content around AI tools, software, finance, health, when a new feature gets released, a new report comes out, or something changes in your niche, there's usually a short window where people are trying to understand what happened and why it matters. But the hard part is turning that information into content quickly. So for this test, I'm going to give NotebookLM sources about a new AI feature release and see if it can turn those articles into a short video that explains what changed, why it matters, and what someone should actually take away from it. So again, I'm going to go with external links here, articles about the actual release of this feature along with other pieces of information that will probably be helpful for the AI. So let's insert these 4 sources. and very quickly it's digesting each of the sources. These ones were not able to be uploaded. That's okay, we're still gonna go with it. Video overview, short. Let's input our own custom topic prompt here. Explain the new release of the short form video AI generation feature of LM. Okay, let's see the video. It's 1 minute on the dot. How NotebookLM turns notes into videos. Let's watch this thing.
How do NotebookLM's short video overviews turn massive documents into vertical explainer videos? Because nobody wants to read a 50-page PDF when they're crammed for time, especially a giant, intimidating stack of study notes the night before a final exam. You just upload that dense text, select the short format, and type a custom topic prompt. Summarizing the text is the easy part, but rendering visually consistent animations with accurate text usually takes hours of processing. That's the hurdle Google solved by integrating Gemini 3.1 Flashlight Image. This powerful new engine rapidly generates visually consistent scenes and highly legible typography in just 4 seconds per frame. Finally, the system syncs those educational animations and kinetic text with a narrative audio track. So what happens to that massive, intimidating stack of exam notes from before? It's now a completely cohesive 60-second explainer video that you can easily watch anywhere.
So I thought this video was not as good as the previous one. It didn't really cover the topic I wanted it to. In this video, we did input our own custom prompt, and maybe I could have been more specific about it. But as you can see, how LM turns notes into videos, what I was really looking for was a video on the actual release of this new feature, and I did not get that. As you can see, it was mostly images overlaid with that script text and then the voiceover as well. I probably wouldn't post this video. I think that this could be a potential video type that LM is a little bit weaker on in terms of creating quality content for a new release of a tool or feature. I don't know if it would necessarily be good at that based on what I just saw there. Even though the topic wasn't really about a news release, I still don't think it would serve this video topic very well. I would not post this. For this next test, I want to try something that would be useful for almost any brand or business. Turning customer questions into short form videos. Because most businesses are already answering the same questions over and over again. People ask what the service does, who is it for, how it works, and whether it's actually worth it. Normally those answers live on a website, in sales calls, in emails, or in the basic FAQ section that most people never read. So I want to see if NotebookLM can take a simple customer FAQ and turn it into a short form video that actually explains the answers clearly and makes a clean video out of it. So I'm actually gonna go find a random company online. I'm gonna find their FAQ page, and I'm just gonna paste the link to that into NotebookLM, and we'll see what it can do. I'm gonna go with AI automation here, since that is my niche. Let's pick on these guys here, about us. So do they have an FAQ page? Reject all. FAQ. All right, so these are all separate pages to each FAQ, so this might not be the best link to use, and I'm not going to go and use every single link from that FAQ. Let's go to the next one down. It's a single page. How about this one? Except FAQs. All right, we're just going to go with the landing page, paste that in, websites, insert, and I'm going to have to insert a new prompt for this as well. Let's go with the video overview, short. So I've been able to create 3 shorts so far. It's taken about 20 minutes, a little bit more, and I can still create more shorts. I'm not sure if there's an actual limit to this, but so far so good. Create a video about the FAQ section for my brand. Let's do that. Is that good? Go for it. You have reached, I reached my daily video limits. Come back later. So 3 is the max. I just jinxed myself, but it's okay. I will come back and finish this video tomorrow maybe. I'll see you then. All right, we're back. It is a day later. I should be good to go to generate more videos. Let's go generate this FAQ video. We're gonna go with the shorts. Generate a video for the FAQ section for my brand. Generate a video in regards to the FAQ section of my brand. I think that should be good. Okay. Generate. All right, let's check this baby out.
Companies are rushing to adopt AI, but behind the scenes, this frantic adoption is quietly breaking enterprise IT. To survive, organizations must completely rebuild their digital infrastructure from the ground up. Nearly 80% of organizations have employees secretly deploying their own AI tools without telling the IT department. This massive, uncoordinated spread of rogue apps is what experts call shadow AI. These isolated silos create massive security blind spots across the company. To take back control, IT teams are packaging these wild AI applications into standardized, isolated digital boxes. These highly portable environments are called containers. Over 85% of tech leaders use this architecture to bring rogue tools back under official governance. But it's not just about internal control, it's about the law. AI models devour highly sensitive information. Legal regulations require that specific data never leaves its local region, a rule known as data sovereignty. So enterprises are moving these AI workloads into hybrid cloud networks, keeping the most sensitive information safely on site. The enterprise AI race isn't actually about buying the smartest new chatbot, it's an infrastructure race. Without a foundation of containers and hybrid cloud, new AI tools are a massive security liability.
So I think that it did a pretty good job explaining the industry that this company serves in, but I wouldn't necessarily say it really did a good job covering the FAQs, and I didn't know what was going to come out of this, but it didn't really talk about the offer of the organization. If we go back to the FAQs, didn't really cover what the company was. I don't even think it said the company's name once. What challenges does it help them overcome? Yes, I think that was kind of discussed. It didn't talk about their core offerings. I think it talked more about the problem at hand. I think this is a pretty good and useful short form video for this organization, but I don't think it necessarily followed the directions correctly. Maybe I could have improved my prompt. But I would say that this was a postable video, but it wasn't really at the angle that I was expecting it to, and I feel like that's a common theme. It's not really following the directions correctly. For the final use case, I want to test something almost every business wants more of: customer proof. Testimonials, reviews, and case studies are valuable because they show that real people got a real result. But most of that proof is usually stuck on a website, buried in an email, or written in a format that does not really work as short form content. This could be useful for service businesses, software companies, consultants, agencies, coaches, or any brand that wants to turn customer results into content. So I want to see if NotebookLM can take a testimonial style source and turn it into a short video that feels clear, credible, and useful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a PDF from Innovative Cost Solutions website. This is a consulting company. They help organizations save money on trash removal. I'm taking the hotel management case study, which is a PDF right here, and I'm going to upload this directly to the NotebookLM. This is our first time uploading a PDF, so we're going to see how that works, and we want a video on this exact case study. So let's see what that looks like. The upload went very quickly there. Let's go generate a video. We're going to go with the shorts. Create a video on the case study for this hotel management company and how ICS helped them save money on their waste removal costs and how. That seems pretty good to me. Let's go ahead and generate that. All right, the video has been created. We got 1 minute and 26 seconds long. That is probably the longest. Let's check it out.
Multi-location businesses frequently bleed hundreds of thousands of dollars through unmanaged, fragmented utility contracts. Take Lynn Chris Hotel Corporation. They spent nearly $587,000 annually just on waste removal. But as their property portfolio grew, they inherited a chaotic, disjointed web of individual vendor contracts. Corporate staff couldn't possibly verify if every individual property actually used the massive waste capacity they were built for. To fix this, an optimization team ran a site-by-site audit. They matched the physically contracted waste capacity with each property's real-world usage, instantly stripping away expensive payments for unused services. Then came the pivot, leveraging the combined purchasing power of the entire hotel portfolio. This allowed them to negotiate a significantly lower baseline market price, while enforcing a strict cap on future rate increases to mathematically prevent budget creep. Finally, they funneled every property's invoice through a single, centralized auditor. This guarantees vendors adhere to the locked-in rates, providing predictability even as new hotels are acquired. And that massive initial trash bill we saw from Lincris Hotel Corporation, this exact system slashed it by 37%, saving the company over $217,000 annually.
So I thought that was pretty good. It followed the directions finally for the first time, and I don't think it did a great job at explaining the case study very well, and I think that the visuals shown on screen were a little bit messy. Stuff was hanging off the screen. Sometimes some of the elements shown were protruding into each other and overlapping. It seems that the visuals have been a strong suit, but I would say that in this specific example, it was a weak point, and I don't think the explanation was that good either. But this seems like a pretty good use case. I wouldn't post this specific video as a brand, but I think that you could potentially get a solid output from this type of use case. So I thought these were solid short form videos. I don't think that the custom prompts are able to be followed very well. I can't really follow the directions of those custom prompts. I do think that it creates very clear, educational, valuable videos, but I don't think this is a tool that businesses and content creators should actually be leveraging on a daily basis. I think that these could be potentially good for some use cases, but not the main strategy that a business would want to take for their short form videos. Maybe you could leverage this tool every once in a while for certain scenarios, specifically industry insights or new studies related to your industry. But many of the social media style posts that you see can't really be leveraged using this tool. I would say, yes, NotebookLM is an educational platform, and because of that, the short form videos that are created seem to be for educational purposes. So if your post is meant to educate your audience, then I think that this would be a good tool. Otherwise, it doesn't seem like the best tool for a lot of different content types. I think it could definitely use some improvement in following directions, but I don't think I would necessarily be leveraging this tool in the future. I hope you enjoyed this content. If you like videos like this, hit the subscribe button. I'm coming out with 1 or 2 videos a week just like this, so subscribe if you don't want to miss a thing.